episode of City Spaces. Now, if you're looking to own a home in the near future, you may have given it some thought whether to buy or to build from scratch. Now, to be able to make an informed decision, you need to keep three things in mind. One, you have to keep in mind that you have to be very patient if you do decide to build. So you have to consider your patience, you have to consider your flexibility, and you have to consider your finances, obviously. Now, I'm going to give you a list of pros and cons, which is going to inform your decision whether to buy or to build a place from scratch. The pros of building your own home: one is obviously you can customize everything to your liking. Your window sizes, the sizes of your bedroom, of your living room, which space in the house you give more detail and attention to. If I was building a house, the first place I'll be looking at is the kitchen. I would like a vast kitchen. Other people will be looking at having other things like studies and game rooms, etc. So the good thing about building is that you're able to customize it to your liking. Two is that you have a home that is built to meet current building code. The necessary certifications, you'll be able to do them yourself, get them yourself, ensure that your quality of materials that you're using is top notch, because this is you doing it yourself. And so you're going to ensure that everything you buy and use is geared towards the durability of your structure. Three, obviously, is that your yard will be a canvas with which you can, manufacture your masterpiece. You can decide to put in flowers, you can decide to do any landscaping of your choice. Now, let's go to the cons of building your own property. One is the problem with land titling, land certification, land ownership. We have seen in various instances where people would build up to a certain point and land guards would go break it down. And so what you want to do is to ensure that whatever land you're buying has the necessary documentation. Con two is that you can't move in right away. Obviously, I don't need to tell you this. You can't move onto an empty land. You have to move into a place that is fully built and ready for accommodation. And so if you have a need for immediate accommodation, obviously this option is not going to work for you. Number three con is that you might have expenses you have not budgeted for. So usually when you go to an architect or a builder, what they would do is give you an estimate. It's usually not the final cost. So if you are looking at building your own house, talk to your builder, your foreman, your architect, whoever is in charge of your project, to give you very realistic figures and also make provisions for miscellaneous spending. Now let's start with the first pro. You could get a real estate agent who can obviously get you a terrific deal. Recently, I got a friend of mine an old house in a very, very prime area for a fraction of the cost. Two, like I just said, you typically don't have to wait to move in. If it's an already built house, worst case scenario, a few coats of paint, some furniture, and it's habitable and ready to go. Three, you can make upgrades at your own pace. So if you buy a building and say you do not like how, say, the landscaping is, you do not like the windows, you do not like the roof, whatever it is, you can be taking them off and replacing them as you go, as the years go by. So it's yours, you bought it, it looks a certain way, it can accommodate you while you obviously fix it up to the level that you want. One big con of buying already built homes is the quality. Sometimes building companies do not exactly use the best quality materials to build their properties, and so you may be buying a building whose foundation, whose quality you are not very sure of. And sometimes you may see things like cracks on the wall, things falling off, things breaking off. Now, if you are choosing the building method, keep in mind that human error and weather changes, among other things, can delay the construction of your building, which will then increase the amount of time you need to pay rent which could be going towards building your property.